Hey guys, Aaron here with Carnivore Trades. So, doing a special video for you on Saturday. Normally don't do this. I like having my weekends. But we got to talk about Iran. So, breaking news a little while ago, Iran has fired missiles and drones to Israeli targets. It does look like there's definitely an escalation here. I talked about this on Friday. Generally, these types of things fizzle out when you get geopolitical fear into a Friday. A lot of the time, it just kind of fizzles out and you get a big gap up. In the futures on Sunday night, I'm not here to talk about politics. You guys can talk about that on your own. Just want to talk about the markets here. But obviously, and I mentioned this on Friday too, is like watch, this might age poorly, but if nothing happens, I can guarantee a gap up. So that looks like it's not going to happen. What I do want to talk about, though, is, again, how to trade this. So if you've heard the term buy the invasion, it is a real thing and has historical precedence. So I just tweeted this. Again, not very active on the weekends here. I like my refresh and reset time. But, a lot going on here, so I want to do a quick video. But, again, there is an old adage called buy the invasion, and it has very good historical precedence. You can see Gulf of Tonkin incident, selling, led to a good bounce. Actually, we had a pretty good bull after that. Gulf War, 91, sell, very good rebound. Afghanistan, big sell, very good rebound. Iraq, same kind of thing. Crimean crisis, 2014, much lesser so impact wise, but big dip and a good rally. I added this because this is an old chart, but I added the Russia invading Ukraine. You can actually see we sold off pretty sharply ahead of it, and we bounced pretty much like the day of. In fact, I can show you here. And I was short for this. I went short the last week of December in 2021. I had no idea that Russia was going to invade Ukraine. I knew that was a risk that could, come up, but I had no idea that was going to happen. And you can see here, we gapped down pretty sharply on the SPX, flushed hard, and then a pretty good rebound here. And I was covering my shorts into this because of this, essentially this kind of what I'm doing this video on, which is like the buy the invasion move. Why is it a thing? Why does it work? Am I telling you to go buy the futures tomorrow night, the second they open? No. But it is a historical thing, as you can see based on those charts. Why does that work? Two reasons, one mechanical and one fundamental. The fundamental reason is when you have war, with geopolitical uncertainty, specifically war, the Fed is likely, very much historically, much more likely to be dovish. They don't want to throw gasoline on the fire and we're going to hike interest rates, or we're going to be super hawkish when the economy and just everything in general is there's uncertainty, there's instability, things of that nature. So the Fed tends to take a more dovish stance historically. The second thing is when you have an invasion, war, uncertainty, you get to max fear very quickly. And we can see, I talked about this on Friday, the VIX should not have been up 23% in a few hours just because of profit taking, or the Michigan consumer sentiment inflation came in hotter than expected. We've had hot CPI prints over the last 4 or 5 months, and the market didn't care. Almost 25% on the VIX. That's not a normal move. So it's clear that it was coming from geopolitical fear. When you gap down, I'm just going to assume right now, unless things blow over somehow, which doubt that's going to happen at this point. But when you gap down hard, especially with fears of war, you get to max fear very quickly. And what does that mean? Shorts cover, puts get closed out, and you get generally a pretty good squeeze. So especially if you flush down really hard, say Monday morning, that is something that can happen, and that's how those rally. Now, it doesn't mean we have to go up and make new highs. Like, again, if you look at 2022, it just led to a very good tradable bounce, and then we had essentially kind of hit the lows here, spike down. Then we had that big squeeze in March. But the point is, if we have a big sell tomorrow night, Monday morning, maybe Tuesday, I'm going to be looking to play that on the long side. So again, does that happen from 50-50? We've talked about this level multiple times. Does it happen from 5,000? That remains to be seen. I have to see how the futures open tomorrow night, how much we gap down, and how hard we flush Monday morning. But I will say, if we gap down enough, I don't know if 50-50 can hold, especially once regular trading hours opens. Let's say we're at 50-50 Monday morning. As soon as RTH opens, you're going to get people stopped out. We could flush to 5,000. And the risk, one of the risks I've talked about lately, and I've been hammering on this, is that, again, outside of that level, 50-50, there's not a lot of support on the weekly time frame to 4,800. Now, we're not going to, go down that much in one day, but these are the types of things that can, cascade into a lower high and then so on and so forth. But point of the video, I'll be looking to play the long side. It's counter trend, but again, we need to see how it opens. If we only gap down 50 points, if we look at, for instance, weekend Wall Street right now, I think had the triple Qs down 1.1, which is not really that much for the triple Qs. We had multiple days in 2022 where we were down 2, 3, 4% in one day. However, we were also down 1.6 on Friday, so that's kind of adding to that. I think that would put us, that would definitely put us below this, the line in the sand that I've been talking about right here. So we'll see how it plays out tomorrow night, but I will be looking to potentially buy maybe Monday morning, maybe Tuesday. We'll have to see where we open, but again, just realize in these scenarios you can hit max fear very quickly. Something to keep in mind. Again, we'll see where we get tomorrow night. Just want to give you guys a little update into what I'm looking at and some things to consider over the weekend. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the time off, because I'm sure next week will be very busy. You guys take care. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com. I'll see you guys all on Monday.